everybody, this is Deviation, and we are bringing you Game 2 of the finals between TTOne and HuK. How's it going, Assassin?
Yeah. Yes, that is correct. I'm doing very well. Well, in the 3 o'clock position is the purple Protoss. We have TTOne, and in the 6 o'clock position is the red Protoss. We have HuK. Both of these players, this is Game 2, are very, very well. This is Game 2 of the Chofly Invitational. Deviation, take it away.
Yep, so both players had a really good game last time, but Tech actually went for kind of a curious tech. He went for DTs, and I don't think that was a good decision. TT1 finally, he took the win because, in my opinion, Colossus are just better than DTs. So let's see if HuK is going to go for something weird again, or if he's going to go back to his normal 4 warp gate play and actually just overwhelm TT1 with his knowledge for that build.
Yeah, that is right. I was really surprised by how late TT1 expanded. He really had that game in the bag, I think, earlier, if he would have expanded earlier. But he had some really good early pressure towards HuK. HuK made a bad decision to go Dark Templars, and that was the difference in the game. And pretty standard play right here, or maybe not. HuK. Oh yeah, there you go. HuK's just throwing down his gateway. TT1 is just a slight faster in that gateway. And they haven't thrown down their assimilators yet. And okay, there we go.
TT1 opting to get his gas here, and he actually gets the good gas, the gas which is closer to the Nexus, while HuK, I don't think he knows which geyser is the most efficient one, and he actually gets the one which is less efficient. If you look here, this one is actually closer. So I'm thinking TT1 is probably and TT1 also made his geyser faster. His first gas, he made it faster, so I think TT1's going to have a gas lead early on. But you talked about earlier, you said you were surprised at how late TT1 expanded in game number 1. Well, I don't know. I think I've heard some rumors that in PvP matchups, I don't know, but you know, I'm a Terran player, but I've heard that in PvP matchups, the first one to expand actually loses. You know, because if both players go for 4 warp gate, basically the first one that expands wastes 400 minerals, and while the expansion is building, the other player can use those 400 minerals, make more units, and then just overwhelm the one who is building his expansion. So it all depends on who expands first, and if the other player basically does a timing attack and takes out that expansion.
Yeah, that is true, I guess. But yeah, and it looks like HuK is now making a Stalker, and looks like TT1 has a Zealot, and he's making a Sentry currently. He's chrono boosting his Nexus to get a fast probes, and I think they're both around the same side. Excuse me, macro units, and they're just, you know, kind of checking each other out, seeing what the other one has. Pretty you know, pretty standard play by both these players right now.
Yeah, robotics facility once again for TT1. Whereas what kind of tech are we going to see from HuK here? I mean, he does not have a robotics facility yet, no Twilight Council yet, no Stargate, so I still don't know what he's going to do. But if he does not go for warp gate push, and he does not check what TT1 is doing, he's going to just let TT1 get a tech advantage, and because basically TT1 has a robotics facility. Oh, and here we go, another a robotics facility for HuK as well, but it's late. HuK saying, good game. Probably because his Stalker killed a probe or something like that, so he's saying, good game, you know, you have the lead now, there's no way you can make up for this.
That's pretty funny. They're both pretty funny guys, having a lot of fun. It's really fun to watch people who are really injured or really having a good time, you know. And it just looks like, I think HuK is just gonna go, you know, standard play, you know, play it safe, because he's down. He lost to TT1 last game, so TT1 is actually up 1 game in this series, and TT1 has enough for an expansion, and it looks like he just thrown down that expansion just now. And like you said, maybe that's going to cost him the game, possibly, as you were saying earlier. First one to expand loses. Maybe that's the case here. We'll see what happens.
First one who expands loses if the other player doesn't expand and attacks instead. That's what I mean. But if the expansion doesn't go unchecked, and if HuK doesn't attack and he lets TT1 basically if he lets the Nexus finish and he lets TT1 transfer his probes and actually start to get decent amount of minerals from his expansion, then HuK's going to be behind. But in general, if it's a PvP matchup, the first one to expand loses, in my opinion. See, this is pretty much a reverse of Game 1, where HuK went for DTs and he expanded first, whereas TT1 went for Colossi and did not expand. And here it's pretty much the reverse, where HuK doesn't expand first and TT1 expands first.
And actually, HuK is right now getting a Colossus as we speak. And this expo of TT1's is just about to finish. He's just about to go there, and then an Immortal for TT1 is popping up. And if you look at the macro tab of both of these players, TT1 is sitting at 60, and HuK is hitting at 55. And real quick, I just want to look at the, let me think, the income tab, and HuK has 29 and TT1 has 35. So he has a little bit of a economic boost right now, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think TT1 has more harvesters right now because he actually got his expansion sooner.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, HuK basically chose to expand himself instead of attacking TT1. But HuK, he was late on the robotics facility compared to TT1. He was late on the expansion compared to TT1, and now he's late in economic. In financial standards, because TT1 got his expansion out sooner. TT1 has 2 Immortals, whereas HuK has only 1 Colossus. Does he have the Thermal Lance upgrade yet? No, he's chrono boosting that right now.
Yes, that is right, and it looks like HuK's getting another Colossus, but I don't know what's going to happen here. Is the Colossus going to be the winner again, or is TT1 just going to macro the heck out of this and just try to push his way and just smash him in one big ball? Or see what happens, but HuK does see all this, though.
Yeah, he has the observer right there, and he's actually following TT1's army. TT1 3 Immortals, a bunch of Stalkers, and a bunch of Zealots, 5 Sentries, and he's pushing out right now. But HuK has 2 Colossi up on the high cliff, on the high cliff, and TT1, I don't think he has an observer out right now, so he cannot see those Colossi up there. But if he attacks all the way around, if he chooses to go all the way around here and starts to attack from this side, then he might be able to take out the expansion or take out a couple of Colossi with those Immortals. Oh, and here we go, Guardian Shield. They're both committed right now, so...
big battle coming out right here. Colossus and back. Look at force field to block them from going up the ramp.
Very nice play right now. The Immortals focusing down on the Colossi. TT1, actually HuK bringing down those... microing back those Colossus, so TT1 is actually forced to move around, and I think if he can focus down this Nexus, he might be able to take it down. But no, he's actually trying to kill those Colossi. They're basically doing the Protoss dance back and forth once again. Oh, almost taking down that Nexus. He's force fielding under the Colossi, but the Colossi are massive units, and in a recent patch, or one of the early patches in retail, massive units actually destroy force fields upon walking over them. So they're basically just going back and forth. I don't know who's going to come out ahead here. If TT1 cannot kill these Colossi, the Colossi are just going to win. But 2 of them are very low on health, and a third basically losing most of his shields. 1 Colossus goes down. Is he going to take down another? Those probes helping out. Wow.
This is a very intense moment right here. This is the game decider, I believe. And it looks like HuK came out on top on that one. Although HuK did lose a lot of harvesters right there. Now, if you look on the harvester income tab, TT1 is sitting at 63, and HuK only has 28. That is a huge difference.
He lost a lot, but he has the tech advantage right now because TT1 does not have any Immortals left, whereas HuK has 3 Colossi with the Thermal Lance upgrade, and he's basically chasing down the army. TT1 does not have a lot of macro going on. He's basically trying to rebuild his forces, but if he doesn't get enough, he's not going to be able to deal with these Colossi. Basically, War of the Worlds going on right here.
Yeah, that is right. These Colossus could do some heavy damage. I don't know why he didn't. I don't know why he retreated there. He could have done some serious damage. He's only got a small force. Most of his macro is actually probes. So I don't know. I mean, HuK is now. I think this game's pretty much... No, I think HuK has a slight advantage because of the tech advantage and because of amount of Colossus he has, but
Well, he
we'll
has
see
a
what
slight
happens.
advantage, but only if he chooses to abuse it. If he does nothing, the probe count for TT1 is just going to take over and win him the game. So HuK basically he's doing what he needs to do right now. He keeps attacking, but TT1 trying to go up his ramp and surprise.
Oh, what a
Colossi.
micro! Oh, he's taking out the Immortal right there. Look at that micro.
Pretty good.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
He pretty much blew up 3 Stalkers, 4 Stalkers, 5 Stalkers, 6 Stalkers. The range on these Colossi are pretty much OP. This is so good for HuK. HuK he's doing a pretty good job as rebuilding and chrono boosting his harvester count. He's the advantage 68 to 23, now it's 68 to 43. So if he can keep this up, he might be able to take the game.
Yeah, this is just crazy good micro by HuK. HuK has got 5 Colossus now, just bashing micro back and forth towards these Stalkers and these Immortals, and they're just taking heavy damage. This is looking bad for TT1, and he's just constantly great pressure by HuK. That's all I can say. Keeps going back and forth, never lets him get settled. And look at all these Zealots. I bet if these Zealots had charge, but he's getting blink instead, they could do some serious damage.
I think they're both valid strats to take care of Colossi. I mean, he can blink his Stalkers in and take care of those Colossus just like he did in Game 1, or he could get charge, but Zealots are light units and they could get really hurt from those splash damage of the Colossus. And once you get a critical amount of Colossus, like HuK right now, he has 6 Colossus. They can basically take care of Zealots in one swoop, just like zzz, zzz, and then they're done.
Wow, 7 Colossus by HuK. That is a lot of Colossus. But if you think about TT1 has just thrown out another expansion, I just want to say that. But if you think about if TT1 got a whole bunch of Phoenix and Stalkers, do you think that's the game? I mean, he's got no anti-air. He's just going massive Stalkers right now.
I'd like to see either one Void Ray from TT1 or a lot of Immortals to take care of these Colossus. Immortals do so much damage versus armored units. 50 damage. Colossus have 350 health. So if he would get like 6 to 7 Immortals and just charge them in front, they could really hurt these Colossi. HuK now up to 8 Colossus.
Wow, that is a crazy amount of Colossus. And big battle going down right here. HuK doing a good job microing back and back and back. And these Stalkers.
Oh, these Stalkers.
Oh, look at that blink. What
up.
a blink.
But TT1 failed to bring an observer over, so he cannot attack the high ground on these Colossus.
9 Colossus, and if you look, HuK is doing such a good job by preserving his Colossus. Look at that. 5 of them are in the red. That is more than half. Well, that is exactly half now, but that is crazy, taking good use of those Colossus.
This is really nice by TT1 going around the back, and he's actually going to prevent this third base from HuK. And if HuK doesn't hurry up, he's going to lose this expansion. But oh my god, this is so many Colossus.
What a force field play by HuK.
10 Colossus. TT1 trying to blinking and take care of them, but I think there's just too many. There's no way he can... Oh yeah, TT1 just GG's out. There's so many Colossi. So HuK takes game 2. They are now 1-1 tied, and let's go on to game 3.